It's GeForce Now Thursday, and we have 10 more titles being added to the service this week, as well as a few updates revolving around GeForce Now, so let's dive right in and get to it. Kicking things off, we have an update coming out to Samsung Smart TVs at the end of the month. In addition to enabling up to 4K streaming on select Samsung 2022 Smart TVs, they're also going to be adding support for GeForce Now on select 2021 models with up to 4K streaming as well. That means if you're an RTX 3080 member, you'll be able to stream up to 4K on your Samsung Smart TV without a console or box required. And I gotta say that's quite impressive. As somebody who owns a Shield TV Pro and uses 4K on my TV, I will say some games look notably better on there than running locally on my Series X or PlayStation 5. Regardless, very cool feature to see, and I'm hoping that we won't have to wait too long to see the LG app get an update to support 4K as well. But now let's get to the games arriving on GeForce Now this week, and we're gonna start off with a game that technically isn't getting released but will be available to play. And that's Warhammer 40k Darktide's pre-order beta, which is available this week. Note this isn't the official release date of the game, but it is a beta open to anyone who's already placed their pre-order down. I will say it's an absolutely fantastic game. If you're into games like Vermintide and Left 4 Dead, definitely give this one a shot. It's a ton of fun and I'm really looking forward to it myself. If you want to see my personal thoughts on it after playing the closed beta, just click on the annotation above. But now let's take a look at the next game arriving this week, and it's called Ballads of Hongye. It's described as a unique city builder strategy game where you must carefully plan and act to complete various challenges in different environments to earn the right to rule the lands. In it, you'll be weighing your decisions, choosing your building plan, responding to disasters, managing resources, and researching new talents. It's a brand new release that you can pick up over on Steam. Following that, we have yet another new release on Steam, and it's called Bravery and Greed. It's a beat-em-up roguelite dungeon brawler for up to 4 players where you can choose from 4 classic fantasy classes, where you'll engage in a deep, robust combat system and play a variety of cooperative and competitive game modes with friends via local online or both. The game also sports both PvE and PvP variety game modes. This is the first time I've actually seen this game, and I gotta say it looks like a pretty fun time. Definitely gives me a bit of a callback to Castle Crashers and all that local play fun that was had way back when. I might end up checking this one out myself. Following that, we have another brand new release on the Steam and Epic Games Store, and it's called TERRACOTTA. In it, you'll puzzle your way through 80 plus handcrafted levels in this uniquely challenging action-adventure game where you're gonna have to unleash world-shifting abilities, awaken ancient mechanisms, and defeat 8 brutal bosses. From what I've seen, this game actually looks fairly unique in the way that it mixes both puzzles and action to fight enemies. Definitely an interesting concept, and one that's sitting at very positive reviews over on Steam. If you're into the classic Zelda series, this might be something you want to check out. Next up is Frozen Flame, a new release available on Steam. It's a challenging exploration and survival adventure set in the dying world of dragons. You'll have to build your own fortress capable of protecting you and your party as well as all your possessions, fight some massive bosses, and shape the world around you. According to the Steam page, there is both PvE and PvP combat, as well as the ability to host a server with custom rules to bring additional challenges for you and your party, or create a custom game that works the way you want to play. As a fan of survival games like Valheim and V Rising, I'm very curious to see how this one pans out. It's got a great look to it. Next up is Goat Simulator 3, which is a brand new release on the Epic Games Store. This entry into the series is so good they decided to skip Goat Simulator 2 entirely. It's a third-person sandbox adventure game where you become a literal goat that has to headbutt, lick, and triple jump your way across a giant island and do some crazy challenges and explore areas. Now for those unaware, you simply expect a crazy time going into this game and you really can't know what's gonna happen next. The game's simply wild that way, and that's exactly why it's as popular as it is. Following that, we have another new release, and that's called Nobody the Turnaround, available on Steam. Now I will say I played the demo for this game and I gotta say it's extremely interesting. It's considered a turnaround life simulator set in a parallel world that echoes modern society. Your character starts off in a very bad spot and you have to find a way out. But just like in real life, sometimes things don't always work out as planned. You'll face plenty of obstacles along your journey, and you're gonna have to take care of not only your physical but your mental health as well. It's a game about life and balance, and honestly speaking, it's a very unique title for sure. Up next, we have Caveblazers, which is available on Steam, and it's a challenging and brutal roguelike platformer. You'll be journeying into a mysterious cave, fighting orcs and goblins with an abundance of weapons and magical items, and making friends along the way. but don't expect it to be easy, you'll probably end up seeing them crushed under a troll's fist after all. The game features daily challenge runs, epic boss battles, character customization, compelling combat, and various challenges. The game does support shared and split-screen co-op as well. Now we're taking a look at The Darkest Tales, which is available on Steam. When a nightmare creeps into reality, the only ones that can help are those whose magical powers we've believed since childhood. In this game, you play as a brave teddy bear that heads to the far side of Happily Ever After to rescue his owner Alicia. It's an action-adventure dark fantasy platformer where you're going to be seeing the dark side of fairy tales. You'll encounter many of familiar and iconic characters, but in a much more dark and twisted light. There'll be plenty of challenges to overcome, skills to unlock, and bloodthirsty rubber ducks to destroy. The last title being added to GeForce Now this week is called The Tenants, and it's available on the Epic Game Store. It's a game all about being a landlord and dealing with problematic tenants as you build your rental property empire. You'll have to decide how to react to annoyed neighbors or police interventions, and will you design your apartment for a group of gamer friends or an aspiring musician looking for a new home. This is a fantastic game if you're into management or city builder style games. It's a very unique twist on the genre. There's simply a ton of choices for you to make, and the game's got overall very positive reviews over on Steam. And that wraps up all the new games coming to GeForce Now this Thursday. I can't say there's much for me this week other than the Warhammer 40k Darktide pre-order beta, but I'm sure some people will be happy with some fantastic looking indie games along with Goat Simulator 3. Nobody to Turn Around is certainly a unique title, but one that I think will be targeting more of a niche audience. But all in all, it's still great to see a bunch of games being added to the service each and every week, especially with so many being new releases. Either way, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, thank you for watching the video. This has been The Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.